Do you need a home inspection done when you buy a new home? Hi, it's Jacky with CIR Realty, and this is my monthly Realty Chat with Jacky, and it's January 2025. I think it's really important to hire a certified or a licensed home inspector when you buy a new home. And it doesn't matter if it's a condo, a detached home, a new home. Um, there's always things they find, and I know with a condo, a lot of it is included in the condo fees, but not everything. Um, what I really like about home inspectors, or at least the ones that I use, is the thermal camera. They can check behind the walls, the ceiling, and everything if there's potential moisture. And usually, when there is moisture, you don't see it until the problem is there. When you see spots in the ceiling or actual dripping, and we've been there where it's like that was not in this house, but in the other one where. I saw a dark spot laying on the couch, and I'm like, what is that? And a couple of days later, it became bigger, and we didn't realize that it was a bathroom upstairs, or toilet actually, that was leaking. And I mean, that can happen anyways, but if you buy a new home, at least you want to know before you move in. And I had a situation where it was the move-in date was quite far away, so it was a longer possession, and it didn't even show any drips, but the inspector saw through the camera that it was wet. And we asked the owners to get that fixed before it became a bigger problem, and that it was done right away and not waiting till possession day. There can be big problems that you don't see. And I know when we walk into a house and we do a viewing, it's like, yeah, you can certain things, you pick up on them and use like, okay, that's crooked, or that's, no, it's more about the hidden defects, the hidden stuff that is not quite, like, not visible when you walk through a house, but it like a home inspector will pick up on it because they're the professionals and they have the tools to check everything. Um, Electricity, plumbing, the roof, there's a lot of things, cracks in the walls. Like, is it a problem, or is it just the fact, or does it because the house settled? Like, you want to know, and you want a professional to look at it. It can be, not always, but it can be a negotiation tool because it's one of your conditions. And if there's problems that you didn't see and that you couldn't see before, like during the showings, but they came up during the inspection, yes, you can ask to have it fixed, or maybe reduce the price a little bit depending on the problem, or walk away where it's like, no, there's too much going on, and I don't want to deal with this. It really depends on the person, and just FYI, the buyer, so you as a client, as a buyer, you pick the home inspector. We can give advice like this is a good one, and I have worked with that one quite often, but it's your decision, and you're working with the inspector, and I'm out of it. Like, I cannot give you advice because some people might say, oh, the roof, yeah, no, it needs new shingles, but that's not a problem. That's cheap, but for other people, it's like, no, that's not cheap. For us, it's a lot of money. So it's not my decision, it's your decision on how comfortable you are. It'll give you a peace of mind. You have everything checked. There can still happen things after. That happens quite often, especially the dishwasher is famous for that, like after I don't know, 3 weeks about moving it, after moving in. But I mean, stuff happens. You're a homeowner, or you're becoming a homeowner, and that is just that's bad luck. But the more you have checked before you move in, the safer it feels, and the less risk you're taking. Talking about safety, there can be hazards in there, like safety hazards that we can't pick up on. Like, for example, electricity. Um, like faulty wiring, mold. Sometimes you can smell mold, but I always say I don't have a good nose, so um, that's one of the things you don't want. Um, oh yeah, I was going to say there's one other thing. It's pest. If I would buy, or if the home inspector would find mice in the house, I would buy. I would be out, and that's because I hate them. But if it's a big problem, and it can be, because as you probably know, mice can chew on wiring, chew on everything, but when you do a showing, they're gone, they're hiding. But a home inspector, because they have, again, the different tools and different ways of checking on that. So that's one of the other things. Future planning. If you say, okay, I want to do an extension to the house later, or other things you want to, just do a reno. The more you know about your home, the easier it is to plan that reno, and also the financing part of that. Like, I think that's another way of looking at it, and having that home inspection done. It's not mandatory, but again, I think it's a good thing to do, or almost a must, because there's just stuff that you don't see when you look at a property. Even new built homes, where people say, wow, this is brand new. I've seen homes with missing insulation in the roof. You don't see that, but so I shouldn't say I've seen homes. No, because you don't see it. It was the buyer who said, after a couple of, I think it was months, like it was the winter, you don't know how much your bills will be, and you don't know what a house feels like. But they said, this part of the house feels a lot colder than the other part of the house. Well, that part of the house was over the garage. They contacted, and apparently they forgot to do insulation there. So, and I've heard quite a few stories of builders forgetting things or making mistakes, and that's possible, and that happens. But if you do that inspection, again, an inspector will pick up on that. Well, these are just a couple of reasons to at least think about, get the inspection done. Yeah, it costs extra money, but I think in the whole scheme of things, it's absolutely worth it. Yes, we make real estate easy, and if you have any questions, any comments, just let me know, and thanks again for watching.